Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Hakuoki Kyoto wins in Yamazaki's route, but we've barely seen him, but we've had a lot of interactions with Iba, so this is really fucking confusing. It really feels like we're in Iba's route. It really does. So I keep forgetting that, obviously, in the last part we played, I'm like, because we talked to Iba 500 times. That's all we played through. I'm just going to skip through while we do this. But yeah, so... yeah. I lost my train of thought. Like, all of our pretty boys, I'm staring at them. And I'm also trying to see, like, if we have, like, one-on-one interactions with Yamazaki, which we never do. So it's really... it doesn't really matter what we do here, but we're going to go return to my room because that's what the good guide says to do. And I'm trusting this guide more than the other one because, again, I just don't want... we're supposed to go to the inner courtyard when we choose... okay, so anyway. Oh, that's true. Oh. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. I'm looking at this because I'm just looking at the difference. Huh. Interesting. In the other guide, you investigate Yagi House, and that's when you run into Sanin, right? You would run into him, and that's a whole different thing. You don't actually do this. But this, where you return to your room, and then you go to the inner courtyard. So this is interesting. Go back to my room, go outside, remain in the common room. This is going to be fun. I mean, not that it matters. We're actually supposed to, according to the guides, go to the inner courtyard. Why is it giving us paths with Saito? I don't want to be in a path with him. I don't want to go down his path. I miss you so much, Hajime. I love all of our boys. So, and there we go, talking to Sanin. We have you never meet Yamazaki, which is why, again, this is why I think he's a weird romance option, right? Just because you never talk to him. You barely, like, there's been a couple scenes where he's been in there with other people, and, like, we haven't read through that, but we've literally had, like, one interaction with him. Like, we saw him when we were with Hijikata, right? We've talked to Iba and had more scenes with Iba than we have with Yamazaki. And that's just sad, because it's like, hell, at this point, we've talked to fucking Kazama more than we have Yamazaki. Oh, there we go. Here we go. We're with him now. We're supposed to go back to headquarters. So we'll just, at this point. Even as I ran back to headquarters with Yamazaki, I couldn't shake the fear within my heart. When I finally got to the compounds, I still felt nervous, and I could do nothing but stare into the blank darkness behind me. You're fine now. I'm sure they can't follow you. I'm sure they can't follow you here. Oh, this is the first time we get to say you're right! And that gives us affection with him. Yes, you're right. I mean, we're pretty far. And besides, you're with me, Yamazaki. Aww. Finally got a point with him. Well, we had one earlier, but whatever. Thank you for trusting me. However, I must return to Commander. If everyone is out to protect the Shogun, then most of the warriors aren't going to be here. Oh, that was him. Whoops. Okay, so if everyone is out to protect the Shogun, then most of the warriors aren't going to be here. I think it's most safe for you to be with Okita or Toto. Okay, understood. Well, I'll leave the rest to you. With that, he disappeared back into the darkness. Suddenly, the night felt very quiet. The word demon echoed through my head, and their faces floated in front of my eyes. I shook my head. As the temple came back into focus, I felt very, very alone. Okay. Okay, here's the funny part. In both guides, one says Okita, the other one says Heisuke, but we're gonna go with Heisuke. Not that it matters, because we've already done Heisuke. Okay, yeah, it is. Boop. Oh, wait. Share. Bitch. Hold on. Okay, we're out here. Here we go. Yukimura, what are you doing here? Is something the matter? Oh, Yamazaki, hello. I heard that Dr. Masumoto was here. Yamazaki didn't look like he was in the mood to tolerate my snooping, so we went to the point. I see. I take it you aim to speak with him, huh? I have been briefed on everything regarding your situation. I think I know what you're doing. However, the physicals are taking some time. Will you leave this to me? What should I do? We're supposed to say, no, I'll take care of it, and that gets our affection up. Oh, don't worry. It's my own business. I'll take care of it. We're like, nah, rat tail. Not, you don't have to tell me. Like, it is. Because he's got, like, this short, super short hair, and then he's got this long ass, like, rat tail. It's so funny. It's like, oh, honey. Oh, honey. Style's not working for you. It's funny because in the guide, the other guide that I'm not using, but I'm just I'm like looking to just see if I can, like, whatever. All the main affection choices are the same, so that's good. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going with, you know, the one that at least seems to be right and isn't like, oh, I don't know, it could be fucked up. Who knows? Because I did a lot. This was like obviously their first route that they did. Which I find it hard that you managed to get Yamazaki's route. But I guess that's it. You were trying to get his route, maybe? Where you're going back, saving, and doing different things, and you don't remember the choices you made, which you think would be important. But I guess it doesn't matter. Some of the other choices don't matter. It's really the affection points. But whatever. So I was thinking something. Yeah, but one of the things they said in the guide was like this. They actually like this is their favorite route. So kind of intrigued to see what Yamazaki has to give us because, I mean, that's the same thing. Like Heisuke, I was like, Heisuke, he's not bad. He's a cool character and all, but like I didn't really feel anything for him. But then you do his route and you're like, it actually is a really cute route. I like Heisuke a little bit more. So I'm kind of curious to see what Yamazaki's got for me. Anyway, I see. In that case, I'll help you if you need anything else. Please do not hesitate to find me. Okay, thank you so much. Yamazaki and I parted ways, and I walked towards the examination room where the doctor worked. You need to take better care of your digestive system. Here, take this after every meal. Looks like I'm out of medicine. I waited outside for Dr. Masumoto until he stepped out of the examination room. Excuse me. Yes. He looked at me for a moment. His eyes... Okay, so I was like, click the skip button because I didn't think he was going to skip. But anyway, we already talked to him. Yada, 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 talking to him about our dad, blah, 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 zombies, blah, 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 stuff like that. Blah, 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 Keisuke being all pissed. I know it's technically Keisuke, but that's hard to say, so it's Keisuke now. Both of them say to you, I'm worried about Akita, so. Go around, even though we get affection with Saito. Oh, we get that CG. Oh, because we also saw Yamazaki right there, but that's okay. We didn't really talk to him. We talked to... Oh, the next one. So let's see. Sometime after the headquarters was moved to the Nishi Hangwanji Temple, a visitor had arrived. His name was Dr. Ryojin Masumoto, and he came to the Shinsengumi base under the pretense of performing physical exams on the warriors. We already... Okay. The noise is weird. During his visit, however, it came to light that Okita had contracted tuberculosis. September 1865. A few months after his fruitful visit, the last hot, lingering breath of summer enveloped the town. So hot. Summers in Kyoto were much more humid than back in Edo. The stagnant air left you feeling sticky and sweat-pooled. Even so, all the captains were dutifully performing their appointed tasks. I think I saw Nagakura and Harada training in the practice room earlier. And Inoue just headed out to town on some errands. That meant the only one left in the quarters reserved for the leaders was me. Well, I was considering what to do with my free time that afternoon. Huh? I sensed someone passing through the hallway just outside my room. Perhaps Inoue had returned from his trip, Yamazaki. I got up to slide my door open, intending to ask if he needed any help. I looked down the hallway. Oh, Yamazaki? I figured he'd go report something to Hijikata or something, but just as this thought came to mind, Yamazaki turned away from the direction the commander's room was located. Everyone should be out of the compounds. Did he not know that? I didn't know what his business in this wing was, but I felt I had to tell him that everyone was out at the moment, so I followed him. He stopped in front of a specific room, glancing around to verify there was no one else in the area, and silently slid the door open. Wait, that's Okida's room. Seeing him, I suddenly remembered what Yamazaki's official job was. In addition to scouring the city for information, he had to monitor the movements of the members of the Shinsengumi and report back to Hijikata. Maybe I had a horrible feeling I wasn't supposed to have witnessed him going into Okida's room. I froze in place, uncertain as if I should leave the area quickly. Ah! I nearly shrieked when he popped out of the room in front of me, frowning. I would have been like, "What are you doing?" I was just walking around. Why were you following me? Were you trying to do something? Calm down. There's no need to be frightened. But, why aren't you surprised to see me? I mean, I wasn't making a sound, and you appeared out of nowhere. I had a feeling it was you. The footsteps were hesitant. What? How could you? I sensed your presence approaching. I could feel no ill intent. And because you clearly had no real reason to follow after me, your movements were full of hesitation. He had analyzed all of that just from hearing my footsteps? The watch was indeed incredibly skilled. I'd considered the best time of day to do this unnoticed, and concluded this was most likely. Seems I miscalculated. And now you're an unexpected witness. Oh god, are you gonna kill me? Well, I only saw you step inside this room. It was enough. Luckily, this way I can have you assist me as well. What? Before I realized what he was doing, he grabbed my arm and pulled me inside. Cute. We get a moment with Yamazaki. Yay. Are you sure this is all right? I don't know if I should be in here. This is a confidential matter, so you can't mention this to anyone. What? Maybe he was in the middle of some sort of background check on Okita as part of his responsibilities as a member of the Watch. If that was true, then I had definitely stuck my nose in where it didn't belong. I'm sorry, I promise I won't tell anyone. I told you there was no reason to be anxious. I'll explain so you aren't confused. Please listen closely. We're right. Dr. Masumoto asked me to go through and clean this room. Clean? My body sagged with sudden and overwhelming relief. That was all he was doing? Yamazaki's serious expression did not change, however. Only a few of the leaders would understand why it must be done. You know about Okida's illness, right? Yes. It was true. I had overheard Okita and Masumoto discussing his condition. Yeah, you were there when Saito, choked me to death. No, he didn't really, but he, was like, don't tell anyone. Tuberculosis, a disease that infected the lungs and had no cure. The most common form of treatment for those diagnosed was to move them to a place with clean air in an effort to alleviate their condition. But Okita was a vital, irreplaceable member of the Shinsengumi, not to mention the fact that he also stubbornly refused to leave his fellow warriors. It made sense that Masumoto would deem it important to keep his living space as hygienic as possible. We can't allow him to clean his own room, as the resulting dust would most likely aggravate his condition. Unfortunately, for some reason, Okita is adamant that no one should clean it for him. Hence why I'm here while he's out. So be sure not to mention this to anyone. Ah, okay, I understand now, but would it truly be okay to do this when he clearly doesn't want it? I don't think it's not that he doesn't want someone to do the work for him, but more that he doesn't want other people to see the inside. Yamazaki's eyes widened and he snapped his eyes at me. The words tumbled out of his mouth. Don't misunderstand. I simply want to air the room out. I never had any intention of sneaking a peek into his personal items. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'd never seen him so flustered. Regretting my words immediately, I did my best to backtrack. Oh, I wasn't doubting you, Yamazaki. It had never crossed my mind that you had other reasons to enter his room while he was out. Yamazaki? He frowned, his expression troubled. Perhaps a change in subject was in order. I thought for a moment. I was wondering, why did Dr. Masumoto ask you in particular? The air was heavy with an awkward silence, but finally... my family's business is needles and herbal remedies. It's different from what your father practices. It's East Asian. Oh, really? He shrugged, his voice light and indifferent. Due to that and my background, the chief and the commander agreed with Masumoto that I should be in charge of the Shinsengumi's medical care. Well, the most I can do is simple first aid and hygiene care, but they've given me official orders to keep an eye on Okita. I appreciate you telling me all of this, Yamazaki. Thank you. I now understood the reason he had hesitated. I bowed deeply to him in gratitude. Seeing as I wasn't a member of the Shinsengumi, he didn't have to take the time to tell me about himself, but he did, sharing a kind kinship with me. He was gambling with the risk of getting into trouble if someone found out that I knew the details, and still he explained it all to me. I promise, I won't share anything you just told me. So when you said I could help you earlier, you meant with the cleaning. Then it shouldn't be a problem. I'm good at things like that. I'll do my best to help out. Yeah, thanks. His lips curled in a smile when I clasped my hands together enthusiastically. Yay, cleaning! I'd be like, and I'm out. Look, I love Okita, but not enough to save that bitch's ass by cleaning. I don't even clean my own apartment. Bye. My heart warmed, and suddenly I was even more eager to do something for him. We could do this. Yamazaki and I set about dusting and cleaning the room with quiet efficiency. Before too long, we'd managed to finish roughly half of what needed to be aired out. Huh. Lifting up Okita's pillow, I found a small bound book. Haiku collection? Wait, it's Hogyoku? Hogyoku? Something like that. Anyway, haiku collection. Hogyoku haiku collection. Anyway, a collection of poetry written by Hijikata under the pen named... Oh my god, wait a minute! Oh my god! Guys, this is the greatest thing ever! Please read one of them! Oh my god! A collection of poetry written by Hijikata. Okay, guys. That's... His face paled and I heard him swallow loudly. So this is why he didn't want people in his room? Yamazaki, does that mean you know what this is? It's a book of poetry. I mean, sure, it's Okita, but he's like, no, we didn't know. We don't know that it's Hijikata. Oh god, guys, this is amazing. His gaze shot over to me, the lines in his face hard. I'm going to guarantee you we're going to read this when we get through Hijikata's path. We'll have to go down this because there's no way you could... Because, like, what if you did... There's no way. There's no way you can go down Hijikata's path and not fucking find out about his fucking poetry. This is so good! Yes. It's Hogyoku, right? Is the name the commander writes under. So, that means this is a compilation of Hijikata's haikus? Word among the men is that Commander Hijikata refuses to show anyone his collection. This being here means Okita must have taken it discreetly, without Hijikata's approval. Oh no. It looked like I uncovered something I wasn't supposed to find. What should we do? Leave it be. Return it to Hijikata. Oh, I can't wait till we choose that answer, but we're supposed to leave it be because then we get affection with him. Oh god, I feel like we should pretend we didn't see this. Yamazaki raised his eyebrows at me in surprise. I mean, this is Okita's problem, right? He had to have known what he was doing. So it's probably best that we don't interfere. Maybe it's possible that he intends to return it himself sometime soon. It was a matter between Okita and Hijikata. If either myself or Yamazaki, the uninvolved pair, interfered, it would appear as meddling. He'll know we're in his room if we take the book with us, too. Oh, that's me. He'll know we were in his room if we take the book with us, too. You wanted to make sure he didn't find out. It's a difficult decision, especially considered Hijikata's feelings regarding that collection. After a moment, he sighed deeply and shrugged. He flashed me a wry smile. I'd be like, can we just read one? I'd be like, can we just read one out loud to the class? I'd be like, but before I put this back, can I just read one? The haikus are short. Did I read the part like that anyway? After a moment, he sighed deeply and shrugged. He flashed me a wry smile. Okay, I don't know. You're right, Yukimura. Let's focus on our task. Okay. Lifting the pillow again, I carefully returned the book where I found it. We continued our cleaning spree and finished without much trouble. Okita kept his room tidy and kept good care of his belongings, so we didn't have to do a lot. Thanks for all your help today. If it's all right, would you be willing to continue assisting me like this from now on? It seemed he wished to make it an official request. My palms were sweaty, but I nodded. I can't do much, but if I can be useful in some way, I'd love to help. He locked into my eyes, okay, with a deadly expression. Hmm. I expect that I'll be away from my headquarters more often now, with both my watch duties and my studies under Masimoto taking my time. If you notice anything at all, if something's off with Okita, could you check on him? That was easy enough. I'd be glad to do it. I opened my mouth to answer. And if anything should happen to me, I want you to care for him in my place. What? It has to be you. You're aware of his condition, and you're the only one with a background in medicine. He looked at me, and I could feel how important this was to him, but I had to shake my head. This job isn't something you can easily ask someone to take on, is it? If there comes a time when there's no one else, I suppose I would be the best option. But we have you, Yamazaki. I caught his eye and refused to look away. I tried to speak as firmly as I could. You're the one who's best fit for the position. I don't want to hear you talk as if you won't return. Just make sure you will. I'll definitely help you out as much as you need. He absorbed my words, and it took a few moments before the serious expression on his face brightened. I think I didn't have the motivation nor emotional strength to take on this mission. I'll do my utmost to fulfill it. He pulled what looked like a thick notebook from one of his pockets. Aw, we get CG with him. Aw. What's that? I try to keep an eye on not just Okita, but all of the men who are sick or wounded, and their changing conditions. Dr. Masimoto sends me instructions, and I keep track of all the treatments I should do in here. Did you come up with this yourself? Well, most of it's based off of data from Masimoto's examinations. I just compiled it. He put no particular emphasis on the process, but I knew it was a lot of work to put a list like that together. It was clear that he cared a great deal about everyone in the Shinsengumi. He watched over them even when they didn't realize he did. So, refer to this list if something occurs while I'm gone, and perform the appropriate treatment. I'll let the chief and commander know the plan. Okay, I can only do a little, but I'll try my best. Yamazaki's skills and abilities dwarfed my own, but I wanted to offer what aid I could in hopes that it would be able to help. He handed me his compiled notes, and I held them carefully. When he spoke, his voice was quiet. I wish to continue supporting all of the Shinsengumi from the shadows. It would make me happy if you'd help me to do so. Yes, of course. I saw a ghost of a smile appear on his face. He's like so soft and sweet. So see, like, he's never around, and you're like, he's nice. He seems nice, but he's like a third he's like in the background character. You barely see him, but now that you have more interactions with him, it's like, aw, he's like a big softie. It's kind of nice. That's very reassuring. Thank you. Truly. If I did my utmost to perform the tasks I can do to the best of my ability, that was all Yamazaki needed for me to be happy. The fact that I could help somehow, it felt good. Okay. Toot toot toot. Oh, Saito. Saving Sen. Oh. There's our other future boyfriend that we never see. Maybe we'll have more scenes with when we go down his path. It's like you have to go down their paths. So I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just looking at the thing. So you can choose the Furies or you can choose Sen. So I'm going to choose Sen because we haven't talked to her. Not that it matters. I feel like that's a tough situation. Perfect, because we're not messing up anything. It doesn't matter, actually, in that case, because that doesn't give us any affection or any change. I don't think, but didn't even notice. So I guess we're going to get maybe we get a new hidden scene with him. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. We better still be in chapter 3, because our next choice is the last choice in chapter 3. April 1867. The cold that engulfed the city of Kyoto gradually dissipated as the sunlight peeked through the thick clouds. On this day, Yamazaki had taken me with him to buy some medicine rather than for his usual rounds. Yay, another scene! Finally! The Shinsengumi always stocked various medicines. Normally, Yamazaki had been in charge of procuring and managing all the different kinds, but he invited me out to share some of his wisdom. According to him, Yamazaki was the one who'd proposed this idea to Kondo and Hijikata. It wasn't only because I was a doctor's daughter, but I guess my actual experience helping out with my father's clinic in Ito made them optimistic. As we were walking on our way home from the shops, Yamazaki had been instructing me on the types and doses of the household medicines. Thank you for accompanying me to buy these supplies today. Not at all. I'm just happy to learn all of this. Thank you. That means a lot. The only person I know who's bright and qualified enough to study treatments and medicine is you. Aw, that's so sweet. I wanted you to have this knowledge just in case. Yes, of course, just in case. Anyways, we sure bought a lot today. Anti-febrile? Whatever. Ointments, medicine to reduce stomach pain, and more to help with digestion. Come to think of it now, wasn't there something else we were supposed to get? Meaning, that medicine. Ishida medicinal powder. Everyone drinks it. Oh, Ishida medicinal powder. Oh my god. Ishida medicinal powder. Holy fucking shit. It's like medicinal powder. Medicinal powder. I'm trying to throw some Japanese characters in there. I can't read. That is mixed by the commander's family. He personally orders it. Oh, I didn't know. Both the commander and Saito believe in its efficiency. No. Efficiency? I don't know what that is, but anyway. But I just can't bring myself to... I don't mean to say I don't believe in the commander's words. I'm only speaking from a pure medical standpoint, of course. Don't worry, I know. Oh. Well, they do say sickness comes from the heart, so if the heart believes in the medicine, then sometimes that's all it needs to work. Suddenly, Yamazaki halted in his tracks. Huh? What's the matter, Yamazaki? Oh, did you forget to buy something? No. Oh! Oh. He's gonna ask us on a little coffee date. That's so cute. If you'd like, I was wondering if you wanted to get some, odango? At the cafe over there. Huh? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to hit on you or skip out on work or something. You see, when I received approval from the chief to take you shopping, he'd asked me, since you're taking her out, why don't you take her to the Odango shop? So, what do you say? Oh, well, if that's the case, sure. I'll take you up on your offer. This is like I'm hitting on you. He's like, oh, but he's awkward because he loves us. Aw, that's adorable. It was quite rare to see Yamazaki propose such a thing, but I decided to go along with it. Cute. Aw. Yay. Spring's almost here. Seems like the cherry blossoms will bloom soon. You're right. Whenever the spring season approaches, I'm reminded of something. It was when you first got approval to go outside. Huh? You remembered something like that? That's fucking adorable. Oh my god. Well, yes, I have my reasons. I wondered what he could mean by that. I stood there thinking of what he could have been referencing before he quietly spoke again. I was watching you from the back as you went on your rounds with the other captains. Really? Well, I am the watch. It is my job. I was, of course, to check whether you'd try to run away, and to watch what the captains would do if you ran away as a precaution. Yes. Thinking back on it now, wondering what the captains would do to you if you ran. Would they actually go to the lengths of killing you, since we told you the secrets of the Shinsengumi? Such were the concerns. Back then, they were testing you, testing to see whether you'd escape or not, but you did not. Every time you did not, I'd feel relieved. Now, I finally understand something. Even during that time, not a single captain ever thought you'd make a run for it. You'd earned their trust ever since. But Okita always says he'll kill me. That's his favorite phrase. See? He's like, I'll kill you. Yeah. Sometimes I think you're serious, sometimes you're not, but I guess you're right. In response to Yamazaki sharing that with me, I Didn't even notice. Said that wasn't fair. Didn't even notice. Said that wasn't fair. Oh my god, that's so wrong. Didn't even notice. I had absolutely no idea that you were watching from behind. He's like, that means I do my job good. You're like, I didn't even know you were there. You were like invisible. And he's like, yes, do my job right. Where most people are like, I totally didn't even notice you. It's like you're invisible. They'd be like, oh, well, it wouldn't be great if you did. My job is the watch after all. He gave a proud smile. Oh. All right, let us get, all right, let us head home now. Yamazaki stood up and looked at me. Oh, before we do, there's something I wanted to tell you as the watch. What is it? You're no longer a person we're watching. The chief, commander, and all of the captains trust you. And as proof, they're entrusting you with managing the compound's medicine box. So I think you could have confidence in yourself. Okay. Now, let's head back. Aw, Yamazaki started walking and I ran after his back. Beyond the streets, I could sense the warmth of spring approaching. Aww. They trust us. They all love us. Oh, chapter 4. Ah. Okay. Oh my god, we're gonna get to the point where, like, the boys leave us. Oh, here we go. Kita's like, I'll fucking kill you. See, he looks so cute and he smiles and he gets angry and you're like, he's gonna kill me. No, he loves me. Now he's gonna kill me. Oh god. Yep. And this is where Cher finds out. And then Heisuke and Saito leave us. Bye, bitch. And this is where it's weird because it gives us two different things. I especially worried about the guard or the soldiers. It says both. Well, one says the guard, and then of course you feel betrayed, and that's gives you points with Saito. So I don't think we should do that. I'm gonna go with what the other guide says, and I'm gonna go with the soldiers. And someone high ranking. Some are neutral. If I wanted a fair assessment, I needed to talk to a neutral party. My best guess, that would mean Okita. Oh, ooh. Damn, well, we could have had a few minutes with whatever. Sorry. We could have had a quick... Interesting. The good guide, right? When we're talking to Sen, says to say... I was wondering what the no was. We're supposed to say no to Sen. Here, when she asks us, oh, is it one of these boys? And we say no. I'm going to do it. I really feel like we should say yes, but at the same time, it doesn't give us points with anyone. So I'm going to say no, because that's what it says. What should I tell her? No, it's not that. I'm confused. All this time, I thought I was human. My ability to heal had been a little strange, perhaps, but I'd never thought that it meant I wasn't even human. Or perhaps I just never allowed myself to think that. To try and hide my condition made me lonely enough. If I had allowed myself to believe I wasn't human, then it would have driven me even further away. I understand, but now is not the time for that sort of angst, dear. You are a demon, and that's a fact neither you nor I can change. But none of this makes any sense. Not only am I a demon, but I'm the last survivor of some big demon clan. It's all just... Ah, I see. For a moment she looked suddenly lonely. Well, if you don't wish to go, I cannot force you. I'm sorry, it's not that I don't trust you or anything, Sen. Could you just give me some time to think? I wanted to find my father and ask him if what she had told me was the truth. Maybe then I can accept the fact that I'm a demon. Okay. I don't know, we were never probably going to choose no, so we're supposed to stay in our room. Alright, let me stay here. Remain in the room. Okay, Shimada had told me to stay hidden in the room, so we stay hidden in the room. Oh, no, wait. Back, hold on. We're supposed to be like, oh god, what are we supposed to do? You're my comrade too. Oh, we did that the last time. Hold on, though. Can we go back? I want to go back and actually read this scene with him. I didn't stop fast enough. Especially because we get the little thing with him. Okay. There's a lot. Oh, there's a lot. We missed so much with him. Okay, remain in the room. Shimada told me to stay hidden in the room. I have to go to bed, but something is definitely happening outside this room. And then Yamazaki comes. Okay, so then so this is where we'll go back to him. Okay, so Yukimura. Yukimura, are you there? I heard my name from the other side of the sliding door. It was a familiar voice. Yamazaki? Yes, I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Don't open the door. Just listen. Okay, but Shimada is... I know, but the enemy is still around. Make sure there are no lights in the room and don't make a sound, no matter what. Got it? Okay. Just as Yamazaki had said, I blew out all the candles in the room. Just then, I could sense the air on the other side of the door change, and it made my arm hairs stand. Where is she? Sorry for the bad news. She'd already escaped to a safer location. I see. Then get out of my way. No, I can't let you go beyond this point. Don't get in my way, you insect. Ugh. I heard a giant thud and the room and the door shook after Yamazaki was thrown. And right after Yamazaki flew into the room... Ah! Yamazaki! Oh, yeah, because then we get this, where we get to hold him. Don't make a sound. Yamazaki stopped me from trying to leave my corner of the room by covering me. Yamazaki and I are in a location where we can't be easily spotted from the hallway. However, I could still sense Kazama from beyond the door. If we had moved, even just a little, he would be able to find us. In order to save ourselves, Yamazaki and I had no choice but to stay completely still and silent. Like we're holding him. The air was so tense that we had to stop breathing. I wasn't sure how long we'd been in the room. Eventually, Kazama seemed like he grew bored, walking away as the sounds of his footsteps grew further and further away. Did he go? Yes. Even though my voice was filled with relief, Yamazaki seemed much more unsettled. Damn it. I couldn't do anything. No, you protected me. It was just sheer luck that he didn't come in. But I don't even have the slightest bit of strength necessary to stall him, let alone defeat him. Aww, poor baby's doubting himself. Aww. If only I was strong. I want more power. After it seemed as though Kazama was no longer anywhere to be seen, I helped Yamazaki stand. He still seemed a little weak, his legs wobbling from being thrown earlier. Oh my god. Well, good. Here's the thing. He probably won't die. He'll take the water of life and become... I'm pretty sure every single one of them is going to become a fucking fury. Because every single one of them so far has, so... He still seemed a little weak, his legs wobbling from being thrown earlier. You go somewhere safe while you still can. Find your comrades. No, I can't leave you behind, Yamazaki. Don't worry about me. But you're my comrade too, and that's actually the right thing. Which we did the first time we played this game. Well, because you're my comrade too, Yamazaki. I can't leave my comrade behind. I see. You consider me your comrade and my friend. Yes, you're protecting me. You're very dear to me, and I love you. Thank you. Well, I guess that rather than running away and risking running into him again, it may be safer for us to stay here. Yes, you may be right. However, what is the situation like outside? Yamazaki peeked outside the room from a window, but we couldn't hear any more swords clashing. Sorry. However, we could hear footsteps approaching. Yukimura, hurry, to the back. But your injury, Yamazaki! I'm fine. You hurry up and... As I was shuffling to hide myself in the corner, I saw someone jumping into the room.
Oh, Yukimura! I'm so glad you're safe.
Inoue! Inoue took a look at both me and Yamazaki, and he sighed in relief.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine, but Yamazaki...
Ah, you were protecting her, eh, Yamazaki?
I love Inoue.
Thank you so much, Yamazaki. Are you badly injured?
I'm managing. Where is he?
Thanks to everyone's hard work, we were able to drive them away successfully.
I see. Makes me happier to hear it.
If your injury is not fatal, do you think you can report to Toshi?
Understood. I'm going to report on your safety to the commander. Please remain in this room. Okay. Yamazaki and Inoue left my room and headed for Hichikata. Okay, there we go. Now we can skip. Woo! 2 seconds with our boyfriendo. I know, we're not gonna because that's scenes with a bunch of other people and blah, blah, blah. We're not gonna do all of them, but when we have little private scenes like that, we should just pause them, but Oh, this is or do we automatically get a tour? He automatically gave us a tour! We didn't get that option. We didn't get an option. Last time we got an option to do this tour. I guess it really just depends on what choice you make in the... But I made that same choice. Stayed in the room, we had the Yamazaki in the first one, and none of that happened where we got the tour because we didn't see the young Okita, but we just saw young Okita. We saw baby Okita. We never got that one before. The fuck? What? Anyway, can I be one too? I was sure I couldn't guess at what Nagakura and Harada would think about it, but seeing Kondo was sad was something my heart wouldn't leave alone. Do you think I could do it too? I couldn't stop myself from blurting out the question. I felt useless around the Shinsengumi more than once. They always took the time to look after me, and I hated being so powerless. What are we actually like? The Shinsengumi is focused on his energy and care for... Okay, yeah, well, okay. If I was a samurai, maybe if I had studied more than basics of sword fighting, I would have been able to help them. Everyone's feelings toward the Shinsengumi, towards belonging to something important, had real similar feelings in me. If, like you said, class and social standing have no bearing on becoming a samurai, then could I be a samurai too? His eyebrows shot up, but instead of dismissing me, he seemed to be considering it seriously. His voice was matter-of-fact when he replied, "Yeah, I think, if it was you, you could do it." I heard no laughter in his tone. He was being sincere. But then Kondo shook his head slowly. "However, it's enough that you feel that way. You're a kind girl, and my greatest wish for you is that you'll be able to return to a normal life and be happy. This is no life for you." Yeah, but I'm pretty much going to bone every single one of your characters. I'm like one of them in every path, but all of them. So Lord knows this is my life now. A normal life. There was no doubt in his eyes that I would have that someday, and the smile he gave me was warm. I was at a loss for words. To think that he was so kind that he would wish my future was a happy one, despite my being a demon causing trouble for the Shinsengumi. I'm assuming we got the automatic tour and we didn't choose because of something we did earlier that we hadn't done before. But anyway. Tears threatened to spill over, but I rapidly blinked, determined to hold them back. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh, stretchy. His path's going to be really short. They're all going to just get shorter and shorter, so I'm 3 to 4 parts max, but I still wanted to help. One says still wanted to help, and the other one's decided to stay home. Dun, 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 dun. But there's... Aha! See? The other guide is wrong, because there is a thing that you don't get. If you stay home, there's an option that you don't get that gets your affection up. Anyway. That's why. Still wanted to do what I can. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So anyway. I'll do anything. Oh. Well, we could have just had a little talk with Yamazaki. Anyway. Remained here with Heisuke. Stopped Sanin. Haha. This gets us points. I stopped Sanin. Right, because leave him in your hands gives us points with Sana, which we don't want this time. Are you really going to honor Heisuke's wishes? Of course. Now, leave the rest to me and get back to your room. Sonnen motioned for his men to carry Heisuke, and the group of them disappeared. Was that the right thing to do? As I stood there, I wondered aloud. Yamazaki answered me, standing behind me as we waited alone. We didn't know he was there when we were in it, like, Yukimura, I understand what you may be feeling. Let's just pray that Toto's wishes are respected. There was nothing I could do or say, so I just nodded. Haha! So we got a few moments with him anyway. This is where Sonnen gets creepy and tries to kill us. And he's like, whatever. Oh, Hijikata, are you there? I'm just leaving. I don't know what got into me. I want to help. Confirm. Still, I wonder if it was really okay for him to trust me with all of this. I wanted to confirm the sliver of doubt I had in myself, so I peeked back in around the sliding door. It was different. And there she goes. Hey, Yamazaki, Shimada. Yes, sir. Did you call? I sent Yukimura to deliver Saito a letter. Keep an eye on her, but don't let her see you. If anything happens, make sure she's okay. Understood. Hopefully if something does happen, it'll just be some idiots trying to get to Miura or something. There's some dangerous guys after her, though. If the demons show up, just get her back here immediately. Yes, sir. We're off. Yeah, get going. Oh, maybe that meant he didn't quite fully trust me yet. Of course, I was a little disheartened to hear that, but maybe that was the best I could ask for. It's not that he doesn't trust you, he's trying to protect you, though. I pulled myself together, made sure I had everything on my person, and I left to deliver Saito's letter. First, I slipped the letter into my kimono, and I double-checked to make sure it wouldn't fall out. Next, I carefully unfolded the map Hijikata had drawn out for me. Hijikata placed enough faith in me to get the job done, so I had to be sure I did things correctly. Okay, so I go this way on this street. According to the map, it looks like I have a long way to go. I better hurry, or it's going to be evening by the time I get there. Maybe I should run there. I wanted to ensure I take all safety precautions, of course, but I was overwhelmed with a sense of duty to the point that I couldn't help but feel running would ensure I'd complete the task on time. And in the original path, we ran because we were so excited to see Saito. Ah! Hajime, I love you. Now that the job was done, though, I wasn't quite sure what I should do next. I should return to the compounds immediately. Although I was given permission to leave for this mission, I still am not permitted to go outside. Alright, I'm heading back. So when you have good points with Saito, you get to go see him and then you get to talk to him or whatever. Haha. Of course. Be careful. As I was running towards the compounds, I knew I had to be conscious of my surroundings. I knew, too, that Yamazaki and Shimada weren't too far behind me. I felt bad knowing that they were responsible for me, and I stopped in my tracks. Yamazaki, Shimada, are you guys here? No response. But I knew they were here. And I'm sorry. All because I wanted to be of use to you guys. I put you through so much more than you would have wanted. It's not like that. I'm just following the commander's orders. It's not a matter of you causing any trouble. That's right. Saito said so earlier. This mission is a no-brainer because it was you. Do you guys really think so? Ahem. Yes, or at least I think so, at least. Or at least, I think so, at least. Well, I appreciate you. Oh, I want to say I appreciate you, but we have to say thank you in advance because that's the point. You two have always supported me, and you've helped me out at every turn. I have a feeling I'll continue to cause you two to work hard in the future as well. So, thank you in advance. Aww. He's so little. He looks so short. I have never once thought about what you do as extra work for me. I accept your thanks, though. And please, do what you must. We are comrades now. Don't hold back for our sake. Yes, he's right. Thank you in advance for this opportunity. Oh, God, Shimada's like a giant. It's like a big giant. Okay. Yukimura, I have a favor to ask of you. Anything you want, dear. Sure, what is it? I want you to forget that we've come out in front of you like this. Normally, our job is to protect you from the shadows. That's right. Dumb of me. I understand. Let's just say I went straight back. I'll be on my way then. All right, thank you. Go straight home without any worries. All right. I ran towards the compounds. All the gloom sinking on my heart felt as if it had been blown away. Oh my god, we're getting into chapter 5 soon. The Shinsengumi, once solid, now faltered. Chapter 5, guys. Yeah, so this is going to last like maybe one more part after this. So what did that be? 3 parts? Jesus, really? Damn. Short as shit. That's just what's happening. Where did you come from? Yay, I earned a trophy. December 1867. The restoration of imperial rule had removed the political power from the shogunate back to the jurisdiction of the imperial palace. The Satsuma and Choshu formed a coalition to assume leadership under this new union. Thus, a new government had started to form. The Satsuma Choshu began to gain momentum, going so far as to occupy Kyoto with their troops. Not only had the shogunate been stunted politically, but now their forces too had nowhere to turn. Although the shogunate commanded a large number of forces, the imperial court dominated any substantial clout once held by the shogunate. It was clear the shogunate was being cornered into a situation from which they couldn't easily recover. Between those attempting to uphold the values of the past and those fighting to move Japan into the future, no one knew which side would prevail. End of the year, 1867. Several skirmishes had been occurring at various cities, including Edo, between the shogunate and the Satsuma Choshu. In an attempt to gain a stronghold in a crucial area, the Shinsengumi was tasked with guarding the Fushimi magistrate. However, it was as though fate were laughing at her attempt at protecting the magistrate. Kondo had an assassination attempt on his life. After meeting with the Aizu in the city, he was ambushed on his return to the magistrate. Okay, so it's like they skipped some of the stuff because it's like you're in a different path, so it's kind of neat. Some of the stuff is different as the same at the beginning, but the common room was practically deserted, and the mood was somber as we listened for updates. As I left the common room, I walked past the courtyard to head to my room. I found Yamazaki standing alone in contemplation. He gazed longingly into the sky, as if searching for answers among the stars. He didn't seem to notice as I walked closer to him. It seemed rather out of character for Yamazaki. I softly spoke to him so as not to alert him. Good evening, Yamazaki. Is everything okay? As I'd spoken out, Yamazaki finally turned to acknowledge me nearby. He glanced in my direction, and his expression remained stern as he looked into my eyes. Oh, nothing. Please excuse me. With that said, Yamazaki walked off. I wonder if Yamazaki is all right. I was, of course, concerned about him, but tonight there wasn't much room in my heart for concern. I rushed back to my room. Aw. But we had a brief moment. Tensions were escalating in the Fushimi magistrate. War could break out at any second. Since the chief had been shot, everyone seemed on edge at every corner. I guess, though, it can't be helped. Despite an intense investigation, no one could pin down a suspect. This only served to frustrate the soldiers further. Since coming to the magistrate, however, it seemed like the only way I could contribute was to make rice balls or yuzuki for the men to eat. Yuzuki? Yuzuki. Ki. Not ki. Ke. Yuzuki. Yuzuki. But since everyone was constantly occupied or on the move, gathering a group to eat was hard. I found myself with nothing to do after cleaning up the kitchen after dinner. Yukimura? Oh, Yamazaki. Why does he look surprised? A sharp voice came from behind me, and there stood Yamazaki in his ninja suit. I love that. Ninja. Oh, you must have been out. Wow, you work pretty late, huh? I'd assumed he was performing his scout duties, looking for any sign of a culprit responsible for the attempt on Kondo's life. I bowed to him calmly. Forget about me. What's concerning me is you. Huh? Why are you still in Kyoto? The city will be a war zone soon. Yamazaki inhaled deeply, and he continued with a reserved expression. Oh, maybe that's what he was thinking. Like, she needs to leave. She's gonna leave me. I'll never see her again. Oh, I'm just pretending. I'd figured you'd go with Chief Kondo and Okita to Osaka. I didn't think I'd need to say anything. I just assumed Commander Hijikata would ensure that you'd be a safe distance away. There was a hint of stress in his tone, and his exhaustion was coming through. Maybe the commander's too busy dealing with everything going on to worry about you. Perhaps that is the case. Since Kondo was shot, Hijikata's been all over the place. I nodded, and he immediately resumed speaking in a serious tone. It isn't too late for you. You should catch up with Chief Kondo and leave for Osaka. If it's permission that you're waiting on before you leave, I can speak with the commander now. There's no need. I'll be fine. Of course it's not fine. He raised his voice, his frustration gaining. I understand what you may be feeling. You still haven't found Kodo, and you may want to remain in Kyoto. And now you're being targeted by those so-called demons. And of course I know that the Shinsengumi is pledged to keep you safe. Yamazaki, I'd never seen him in this infuriated state, let alone show this much emotion. Because he loves us. That's so cute. Guys! More romance than we've gotten in, like, anything. We get little bits of this, like, they gasp, and you're like, oh my god, he loves us. I'm sorry, but there's these things that shouldn't be, like, so romantic. Taking our hand. You touched my hand! Or I touched your hand. Oh! Or fucking Okita. Wait for me on the other side, Spacey, when we died in the bad path, and you're like, oh, that's so romantic. It's just really sad. The game is such a cockblock. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I know we'll get all of the romancy stuff in Edo Blossom, so it'll be like overload and I'll die. I'll get diabetes for how sweet and sugary it's gonna be. But also, I'm just saying, I'm telling you, it's probably gonna be like this where it skips over years. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just guessing because of the format of this. But so help me God if we start that and it's like, hey, 4 years after we sort of decided we're gonna be together. Don't give me that bullshit. Because I'm gonna kiss those motherfuckers. I better get that first kiss. That first kiss better be in every single one of those things and not this like, well, now we're married. What? No, fuck you. You don't get to do that to me, game. I need that I need that first, like, romantic moment, that first I love you, and then you can, like, we're gonna miss it all because we're gonna be skipping through years. But that's fine. But that first romance moment, you're not taking that from me, game. I'll be so mad. I will throw my controller at the fucking screen. Flip this game over! Anyway. Because this game is such a cock tease, it really is. It's like, you're like, oh, I'm going to follow him anywhere. But, bitch, what the fuck? Oh, it's a good game. I love this game, don't get me wrong. But it's such a cock block. It really is. Which is part of why I love this more now. I was like, what? I was so angry, and now I'm just used to it that I'm like, oh. It just becomes fun to get annoyed. Anyway. But Kyoto will soon become a war zone. It's far too dangerous to remain here. Just from the way he'd been flailing his limbs and gesticulating, I could sense he was upset. So it's true. We're going to war. I'd known it was coming, but now war was finally at our doorstep. I muttered this to myself, and Yamazaki grabbed a hold of my shoulders as he responded. I'm almost certain some warriors may be keeping their hopes up, but... Well, for example, the Satsuma camp has been reported as already setting up their cannons for a strike against the Fushimi magistrate. What? The Satsuma are running on high morale, while Shogunate are relying on their numbers alone. So there's no telling how this battle may play out. Possible outcomes Yamazaki was describing were both pointing to one thing: devastation. I was sure that Yamazaki still had some hope that the Shogunate was superior to the Satsuma or the Choshu. However, because he'd witnessed their preparations firsthand as a scout, his perspective was better than anyone's. In addition, the Satsuma are armed with some of the most advanced weaponry I've ever seen. I'm unsure how our forces will deal with them. Although I'm sure Yamazaki made an effort to comfort me, he was very obviously shaken. However, in the end, we'll be victorious. We have far more numbers. Okay, for now, but it's okay. Yeah. Pats on shoulder. Sure. But even so, it's better to be safe than sorry. So it's best that you prepare to head for Osaka. Wait! Yamazaki was rushing through his attempt to convince me, but I interrupted him. I'm not the only one in danger here. Any one of us could be at any time. Besides, you of all people should be careful considering you keep getting into the enemy lines. That's almost asking for danger to happen. Don't worry about me. But you have no need to be sucked into a battle. Yamazaki smiled wryly before sighing deeply. How can you tell? Look, my job is to identify and nullify potential dangers that threaten the Shinsengumi. In the end, if I were to lose my life in the effort to keep my allies safe, I'd consider it job done. A job well done, or just a job done? Or just... What? Please don't give me that look. Since accepting my position as a member of the Watch, this is a commitment I've made with my own life. There was so much to say, but I couldn't collect my thoughts quick enough. Then I became desperate to tell him something, but the words frothed as they struggled to come out of my mouth before... Then why don't you go to Osaka, Yamazaki? Calm yourself, Yukimura. Why would I leave for Osaka? You're the Shinsegumi's doctor, so you know everyone's condition better than anyone. His eyes grew wide in surprise as I continued. This part's gonna be so long. The men going to Osaka need your help too, Yamazaki. I want you to be beside Kondo and Okita more than anything too. I wanted him to know that he was worth more to us than just being a lookout in the city. I knew my voice was teetering on the edge of being irrational, but I had to tell him because I didn't want him to stay in a dangerous place. Immediately, Yamazaki began to calm down, and he responded in a peaceful tone. Dr. Masumoto is waiting in Osaka. If they're going to be treated by anyone, he is the best fit. If your concern is about the chief or Okita, then I think it's even more reason for you to go. Well, you've been a massive help to me for a while, and I'm sure they could use your support. Besides, I'm a soldier, and you aren't. Isn't it obvious who should stay? Neither of us? Both of us? I'm just, whatever answer is both of us going to the same place together. His words tore through me. I dug my fingers into my hands as I gripped a tight fist, and I stared back into his eyes. I'm aware of what dangers await me, but even then, I still want to stay here. Because... That's what I thought. I'm like, I want to be helpful. I'm scared to leave you with total... I'm sorry. That's the right answer, but like... Because I'm scared to... I want to be helpful. I'm scared to leave you. Yeah, that's the obvious answer. I actually... I'm scared to leave you. Well, I'm scared to leave you guys. No, you. Being separated from the Shinsengumi is a lot scarier than being dragged into a war. All I'd think about is if everyone was okay, if they were safe, or worse. If war breaks out, then I'm sure you guys will be in need of any help you can get. Although I may not look like much, I too can treat the wounded. Yamazaki fell silent and I continued. Besides, if you're going off to fight, Yamazaki, then even more reason for me to stay. I made a vow with you in the past that I'd watch over everyone when you're away. Yamazaki dropped his shoulders as he sighed, responding like he'd given up fighting. Aww. I mean, like, why? I can't leave you. I know where you're coming from, Yukimura. I can't stand it when my comrades are hurt either. That's why I chose to distract myself with tasks that took me away from everyone. Yamazaki... His smirk gleamed in my eyes and my heart squeezed. I guess I'm putting you in the same position, but please, take care of everyone while I'm gone. Okay. I smiled in response, and he shared with me a small grin as well. Suddenly, Yamazaki closed the distance between us, holding me closer. What? I wasn't expecting this. I was going to end it right there. So cute. Again, more romance than we got with poor Saito. He was a really hard sell, man, I'm just saying. He unraveled the cloth around his mouth, and his eyes wrapped me with warmth by looking at me. You are strong. Huh? Yamazaki took my hand and muttered quietly. There aren't many who care about the Shinsengumi as deeply as you do. Only those who have seen death and know what it means to lose someone can understand the fear of losing someone they cannot live without. And yet, my dear... Oh, my dear! Oh my god, he gave us a pet name. Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna faint. I sense those very feelings because of you. Something I'd never realized. Those feelings? Oh my. Yamazaki made perfect sense. I can only wonder, though, if I deserve to be worried about. I mean, is it okay for you to give me the honor of what you suggest? Don't be so modest. To me, I believe it is what is right. Yamazaki's word filled my... Yamazaki's word... I can't do it. I need to, stop. We need to, this part is going on way too long. Yamazaki's words filled my chest with warmth, like fresh tea being poured gently into the cup. I can trust you to take care of my wounded comrades. However, to me, you're as precious of a comrade as I've ever had. This is the most romance we've gotten out of anybody. Oh my god, guys. So please, don't push yourself too hard. Keep yourself safe. How could he say that to me? He's the one who's in danger the most. Thought didn't settle easily in my mind. But still, the fact that he trusted me so heavily gave me an intense feeling of pride. We can't keep going. This part could take forever. It could be like literally 2 seconds longer, but we're only probably... Okay, fine, fuck it. Okay, understood. I nodded. Yamazaki nodded back in response, and he slowly loosened his grip on my hand. I just wanted to end on that thing, but... I'm going to report to Commander Hijikata on what occurred in my last round. So if your name comes up, I'll be sure not to say anything about where you are to be headed. Where you are to be headed. Beheaded? What? Thank you so much, Yamazaki. I should be the one thanking you. After speaking with you, I feel so much better. You give me peace of mind. So, thank you. He smiled timidly to me as he expressed his gratitude. If I had given Yamazaki peace, then what he'd given me was meaning. He inspired me to believe that there was something I could do for the Shinsengumi, that I could be helpful to them, and it made me realize there's no way I can let him down. On discovering that he accepted me for who I was, it made me confident, an unfamiliar feeling. No matter how uncertain the future could be for me, I was no longer scared to see what's next. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to wrap this part up here, and we'll continue. The new year, we'll see that. Yes, we'll do that in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.